Hello, it's me.
welcome everybody to another wonderful session of Dungeons and Dragons. Where we last left off, our party had defeated the Hag of the Cauldron Caves, brought the presumably magic cauldron with them to the city of Seer Koenig.
That shit is cursed.
And after the long night, rested up in the Hook, Line, and Sinker, where our wonderful paladin Nessa engaged in a drinking contest, tying for first place. With Thalia and Sebastian sleeping in one of the rooms, and Nessa and Celesta sleeping in another.
Daily, are you okay?
Daily's over in some fist.
Daily,
Daily's
did someone
fighting
break
a cabinet.
into the house?
No. Daily's fighting a cabinet.
And it sounds like she's losing.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
Don't have that paladin smite.
Yeah, no.
I just had a thought. Sebastian is your construct, right? X?
No.
He's not?
It's a construct
That's the best
for
part of
Celeste.
But he is not my construct.
Okay. I was wondering, like, why it was so that he could stay with me at night if he was tasked with protecting you.
He has subroutines.
Mm.
One of his rules is also to protect me so long as there's not a high likelihood of danger. And Sebastian's already seen Nessa fight a lot. Like, at least this is my logic to it at this point. 'Cause the first
Sebastian
night
got
he
to
stood
spend
right
a
outside my
week
door
traveling with Nessa.
with Nessa. Yeah, so he trusts Nessa as much as I trust Nessa. And so he's not worried about her because she seems like someone that'll keep me safe.
You
So as
trust
long
her
as he's
far enough to
close
let her
enough
get
that he
you.
can get there quickly, he'll be fine.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah. His brain is essentially running Lua script in my head. Like he's a Minecraft turtle on Lua script with a couple of rules built in.
God, I'm having turtle flashbacks.
I know.
All right. So, are
I need
any
to start playing the helicopter noise?
are any of you guys going to wake up before Rumor Man this morning?
Dude, I'm dead drunk. You think I am?
I did. Daily, there's more than just you here.
Honestly doubtful.
And Sebastian is already awake.
Sebastian is perpetually awake.
He
All
doesn't
right.
have eyelids.
It
He
won't
doesn't have eyelids.
bother Thalia, but like also it.
Yeah, no. When you wake up, he is literally sitting on the bed, holding the. Didn't he have 2 mugs of beer still?
He had one.
No, only one. I grabbed
He is
one
still
from it.
sitting on the bed, holding a
Very
beer mug
flat
and a
beer.
and a very, very stale one of those rolls with the fish in it. Like he's just sitting there, staring at the door the whole night.
All right. And in the everybody is wonderfully woken up to a familiar chime.
God damn it! I love this man.
I like the idea
Wait,
that
question. Would I actually wake up?
Roll
As
me
drunk as I am.
roll me a Constitution save. Cause it's loud.
Character sheet real quick. And that's 21.
All right. I'll say that you get to sleep through it. You're still gonna be feeling that drunkenness in the morning.
Oh, it's gonna
Well,
hurt.
I already knew that.
But
I like the idea that Thalia is so used to sleeping with the weather, or with like the natural daylight cycle, that it's screwing up her circadian rhythm sleeping indoors. So like she's not up at the right time, and it's kind of screwing with her a little bit.
good morning, Ten Towns. What is that? There's some Goliath. Wait, me. let me get in the voice here.
Yar har fiddly dee.
I gotta get my dwarf accent going here. I've lost it for a moment. Give me just a second.
Say some dwarvish things. Say some things that sound dwarfish, like talk about ale.
Good morning there, Ten Towns. What it is, there are some Goliaths having a spat at the spine of the world. And sure, an outside voice could talk some sense into them. They would all benefit from it.
Spine of the
Hey, Dale, you're sleeping through this. You don't know any of this shit. You missed this rumor.
I was answering it.
Daily can ask. Celeste or Nessa just can.
Can you repeat the announcement, Kelly? My brain was not.
I will say it in normal speak at this point.
Yeah.
There are Goliaths having a spat at the spine of the world. I'm sure an outside voice can talk some sense to them, and they would all benefit.
That's very pedantic of him today. Not pedantic. What's the word? Very.
Bantering?
Where he's talking down.
Pointed? Condescending?
Condescending. That's the word.
Well, that feels like it could mean multiple things, because what's the spine of the world? Would that be the
that's the mountain range, right, Ellie?
The spine of the world, I would say, actually, you would know that the spine of the world is a location. It is a place.
So that's the name of a place?
It is the mountain range to the south.
Yeah, we had to pass through the spine of the world to get here, essentially.
Yes.
Because I feel like, maybe I read far too much, but I feel like that could be an analogy for, like, the weather. Do you know
That
what I
sounds
mean?
cool. Yeah, I feel that.
There are Goliaths having a spat at the spine of the world. Like, that feels like...
That sounds like a hailstorm to me.
Yeah,
You know?
right? It sounds like a hailstorm.
Like
And
a
it
really violent hailstorm.
And straight up, followed by the line, I'm sure an outside voice can talk some benefits, or
Talk some sense into them, and they would all benefit.
yeah, talk some sense into them, they would all benefit. It almost feels like that is, and I could be way off left base here, that's a, hey, that thing that's causing this hail, it's at the spine of the world. Go check it out. Like, it, does that make sense?
The spine of the world is aching, so the Goliaths are fighting. The girls are fighting. Okay, Helly, I as
Am
a
I, like,
player
way
now
off
know
base
how
based
far
on
away
that?
the spine of the world is, but would my character know how far away the spine of the world really is from us?
Well, you know that the spine of the world is the full mountain range. You just passed through a portion of it.
Yeah, we passed through kind of the lowlands mountain range portion of it. It's like the end of it. So like it gets tall.
It's tall and wide.
correct me if I'm wrong, X, but let me find my journals. Yeah. So back in session 1, we were told that right at the beginning, like when all of this all started, a meteor landed in the mountain ranges, right?
I think we found out that the meteor landed somewhere northeast. We found out that it landed somewhere northeast, which is probably closer to the Sea of Moving Ice. But they did mention it in the mountain range, and then later we confirmed that it wasn't in the mountains.
Did we confirm it wasn't in the mountains?
Yeah. I have that written in my notes.
Okay. Wasn't sure.
So if it's northeast, it's probably near the Sea of Moving Ice. So it's near the coast, the far northern coast, which it's fucking cold up there.
Yeah.
Just to remind you, X, the Sea of Moving Ice is northwest.
Northwest? Oh, it's northeast. So that means it's near towards the glacier, then. Which is kind of we're heading the same direction that the Spine of the World is like going from east to west, but it's north of the Spine of the World by a significant way. We'd be going away from the spine.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
I like the theory. I like the thought building.
Yeah, we could. I mean, we'd have to go pretty far, like, because the Spine of the World is what 2 days travel to get to the foot to it, and then traveling through it would be really rough. So we don't really know where the Goliaths are.
I mean,
because the Spine of the World is a huge area.
The other option is the guys being pedantic.
Yeah, it's probably a specific place that we could ask someone where it is. Okay, so this is going to wake me up, but I am not interested in getting out of bed, so I'm just gonna stay there and wait for Nessa to wake up.
While you're still cuddled up next to Nessa?
Oh yes, I'm enjoying the cuddling, and I'm
All
trying
right.
not to think about it too much.
Alright, I'm rolling a d4 to see how much longer.
I was just about to ask. I'm gonna say it's currently about 5 in the morning. I think that's the time we established that he does this.
Yep, and the sun rises in about 2 hours.
I rolled 3.
All right, you're sleeping for another 3 hours. In that 3 hour span, Valk, is there anything you would like to do while the rest of your party remains in their room?
Yeah, Thalia is gonna go have a quick breakfast and then screw it. She's gonna do some staff practice.
You could ask Sebastian to join you for the staff practice.
Yeah, I'll do that. She'll throw her spare staff at Sebastian after she eats, like a quick meal. And, we're gonna go practice. Come on. And then find like an open courtyard near the.
All right.
He drops the glass directly from his hand to the ground and catches the staff, and then follows you out without a word or even a look at anyone other than you. He does glance over his shoulder before he leaves.
All right. For your sparring practice, just roll me a d20.
I'll roll 1 too for Sebastian.
I already rolled one for Sebastian.
Thank you.
That's a 20.
Sebastian rolled a 3. So
does Sebastian need a little bit of practice?
he's not quite used to pole arms. He's proficient with them, but he's not skilled with them, if you catch my drift.
They're not his preferred weapon like they are Thalia's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hit himself in the head a few times doing some spins.
Tripped over it because it's a little tall for him.
Yep.
It's designed for someone of Thalia's height, so like it's a little tall for him.
And Sebastian's about half your height. Because Sebastian is smaller than Celeste.
Which, the fun thing about polearms is if you know your weapon well enough and it's properly sized to you, the size of your opponent does not matter.
But when it's not sized to you, and you're using one that's twice your size, you're gonna have a bad time.
He's definitely doing silly Sun Wukong style. Like, he's like not... He's being goofy with it, except for he doesn't have the skill to be goofy with it.
He's trying to pull some Darth Maul tricks. But it's not going well.
Well, it's also, like... So I think a polearm, they're supposed to be, like... I think it's supposed to be, like, 3/4 or just about your height.
I think it's 3/4.
Yeah, I think it's 3/4 your height is the... So it is taller than...
Yes. Alright, so after a few hours of practicing sparring with Sebastian, Nessa starts to wake up.
I have dozed off in the 3 hours.
May we please roll me a d12?
Gotta remember which one that is. I hardly ever roll d12s. There we go. That is a 9.
Alright, you're gonna feel hungover for the next 9 hours.
Jesus. And this isn't your average hangover either. This is dwarven ale level hangover.
Like, would
This
I even
is-
be
I
able to
outdrank
heal
a
this
dwarf
with
last
lay on
night.
hands? But I'd still got my long rest, right?
You got your long rest. You could heal this with lay on hands, but it's going to... You're still going to feel the grog.
Before, of course, as this is considering this, she's not realizing what's going on around her. Until she's like, oh wait, why is there more weight on this one side than the other side of my body?
Also, I would
then
like to
she's
mention
gonna
that I am
ask Sam.
very cold to the touch. It's like a weighted ice blanket. Although not that cold, but still, cold to the touch.
Sitting there in silence for a few moments. Face goes beet red. And she's gonna just try to slowly inch herself out from underneath Celesta.
As
Try
soon
not
as
to
I
wake her.
feel your head move, because I'm kind of like just doing that dozing thing, I just look up at you and
Oh,
go,
so
good
not even a
morning,
contest-
sleepyhead."
No, the contested earlier.
Mhm.
Alright.
You make your head move, I just look up and I go, good morning, sleepyhead.
Hi. You look pretty comfy there.
At this, I realize exactly what position I'm in and turn beet red as well. I mean, I just, I'm sorry, I couldn't sleep, and I'm just going to, and I literally, I get out of the bed and, awkwardly walk over to my roll and start getting ready. I'm just gonna get ready.
Nessa's gonna sit on the edge of the bed. She's gonna lean her head down, rub at her temples. She's gonna be like, did I at least win last night? I don't remember.
I just kind of shoot you a look and stare at you for a second, debating whether I'm going to tell you the truth or not. Well, you beat one of the dwarves, and then then the two remaining kind of both passed out, you and him. So it's a tie. I suppose that means you win. Why do you ask? As I'm like starting to put on my mage outfit.
This is trying to decide if she wants to stare at. I seem to recall you promising me a prize if I won.
I stop. I freeze up immediately and go.
That's about the last thing I remember.
Yes, I suppose that's correct. I do owe you something. Well, a promise is a promise. And I'm gonna turn around, just spin on my heel, walk right up to you, and like very.
I don't remember what it was. I just remember you said you would do something if I won, and why are you getting so close to me?
I place my hands on your cheeks and just pull you really close and say, "To the winner goes the spoils," and then full on deep kiss. 3 seconds, and then I pull away and go, there you go.
You know, I think that might count for a another con save from Nessa. And you know what? Roll.
I got a 9.
Hey, you are on your back on the bed, trying to figure out what the fuck. What? What the fuck?
Full shortcut. Like the instant our lips touched, smoke started coming out of her ears, and her eyes just started spinning like the roulette wheel. And then when I let go, they like both landed on heart, and then she hit the back. Her head, back of your head hit the
bed.
Ding 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 ding. And then I'm gonna go back to putting on my wizard outfit, pretending not to be a little embarrassed. And I'm gonna do a wisdom save just to see how well you can tell if I'm embarrassed at this point. That's a 4.
Well, again, she's currently in cuckoo land.
Yep. Anyways, I get all dressed up.
They would take about say half an hour to process.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Enough time
I'm
for
gonna go out
Celeste to get dressed and leave. And then
Yep.
Nessa's gonna sit up about like 3 minutes after Celeste leaves, look around, and then just sigh and start getting ready herself.
All right. So, as Celeste, are you going to be getting any breakfast?
Yes, I am going to get just a very simple breakfast of fish and eggs.
All
An
right.
egg and fish Benedict. It's like an egg Benedict, but instead of ham, it's salted fish.
That'll be a silver.
Okay.
Something nice and cheap.
Well, 2 copper would be nice and cheap. A silver's $10. I'm spending $10 for this sandwich. Okay, it's worth it.
Hey, okay, we'll go 5 copper. How's that?
I'm not gonna lie, though, X, that actually sounds like it would be kind of good.
Yeah, with the hollandaise sauce, a nice salted, like, I'm thinking like a soy sauce salted fish or a Worcestershire salted fish.
Well,
You know,
no, so
something like that.
you know what I'm thinking? So, my mother-in-law is Polynesian, so, Filipino. So,
Ooh.
fish and dried fish is a big part of, like,
Their
what
way of
she-
life.
what we grew up with. I married the one Asian who doesn't like fish. But we went to a Asian market and she got these. I think they're delicious. They're dried anchovies, seasoned with.
Ooh.
They have like a really sweet seasoning, coated in sesame seeds, and they're also really, really spicy at the end.
I am imagining that on on a nice like English muffin made home in house with a nice soft poached egg and then hollandaise sauce just all over it, nice and creamy. And so you bite into it, it's that sweet,
Yeah.
crunchy, sweet, and then you get to the end of it and it's like creamy and spicy at the same time.
The hollandaise sauce would go really well with that stuff. That sounds really good.
Now there you go. You have an idea for what to make next chance you get.
I will have to try. I have to go pick up more of those because they're really good. And my father-in-law looked at me funny the first time I tried one. He did not think I'd like it. Apparently, they are
Anyways, don't dox yourself
Riona's-
anymore. We're good.
Riona's back in here. You guys get tangented on your food talks, and I'll entertain it for a little bit, but...
Nessa's just gonna get coffee. maybe eggs. Maybe scrambled eggs. But mostly just coffee.
Coffee and scrambled fish eggs.
That'll be, like that at 3 copper.
I get a double shot of the coffee, actually.
Make it 4.
Okay.
Here, have $4 for your hot coffee. Oh, you want more espresso? Have one for another $1.
Hey man, they got a business to run.
Nah, that's actually reasonable prices. Thank you. A silver, not so much. A copper, that's reasonable, especially for this kind of place.
Alright.
I
And
like to
then-
imagine that there's like a line of fishermen like leaning against the outside of the bar, each of them with a cup of coffee that's so hot and thick that it won't freeze before it hits the ground.
I just need something to get rid of this headache. That's all.
I like to imagine the fishermen like their coffee with the ground still in it.
Yeah, that's the dwarves.
Yeah, the dwarves.
Oh,
The dwarves, it's more like coffee bean stew.
Yeah.
See, I figured it would be more like, yeah, like, have you ever seen those cowboy coffee videos?
Oh yeah.
Where it's like, they just poured a full freaking container of instant coffee into some hot water.
Sometimes it's just coffee grounds and then you boil it for a while. You don't even sift it out. You're a cowboy.
Riona's back in here again.
Mhm.
So, after your breakfast, Celeste, you can see through a window. Through a window, you can see Thalia and Sebastian sparring, with Sebastian just not doing well.
This makes me happy. I love my boy, but to see him being bested at standard combat is so beautiful to me.
Oh, this isn't bested. This is thrashed.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Man, we got a 3 versus a 20.
Yeah, man's not doing good. Poor boy. I'm gonna go out and save Sebastian after I pay my tab, and like as I walk past Nessa, I'm just gonna put my hand on her shoulder real quick and be like, "I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable," and then just walk out.
Huh? What?
I'm gone.
Wait, what?
I have deep fried Bailey's character.
Wait.
No, she was just focused on the coffee that came out of nowhere.
She's like so obsessed with the coffee and trying not to think about anything that happened this morning because it's making her feel weird. And I just gently remind her of it and say, "I'm sorry," and then walk out. Perfect.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Wait, Daily, did you not hear me? Out of character?
No. I was doing that in character the whole way while I in character.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna go out and just watch Sebastian for like another couple seconds. He's obviously gotten hit with the stick so many times. I'm like, okay, I think that's enough. You're gonna
He's hit
hurt
himself
the
with the stick just as many times
Oh
as
yeah.
Thalia has.
Oh yeah. Sebastian, come here. And he just waddles up to me, and I'm like, I thought that my father taught you how to use a staff.
He's just going to look at you, and then the staff that's taller than him, then back at you.
Is it too big for you, buddy?
He's just going to keep staring at you.
You can nod if the answer is yes. You can do yes or no.
Does he do any form of non-verbal communication? The idea that communication's verbal is only verbal is very false.
Well, he doesn't know sign language as far as I know, and neither do I, so that wouldn't really help us. He doesn't ever nod or shake his head either. I don't think he's... I'm gonna be honest with you. He has a very smooth brain. He is a soft,
He has a
delicate
very
child of a man. He is strong and capable, but he is not very bright. I assume that my father didn't think it would be useful for him to be able to answer questions.
Don't they say that 70+% of communication is non-verbal?
Yes, that's true, but he also stands stiff as a board at all times, and it's a little bit unnerving. As Sebastian has not moved a single millimeter since he had started staring at Celeste.
Fair.
I wonder what goes on inside that head of his.
From
Hey.
my
Nothing.
observations,
Hey.
not
Absolutely
much.
nothing.
It's fine swinging and breathing.
It's just an audio tape of breathe in, breathe out, breathe in.
Well, no,
breathe
it's
out.
rather than fine dining and breathing, it's fine fighting and breathing.
Yes.
Just surprised he remembers his name sometimes.
He answers to it. He just doesn't remember. He doesn't know it. I like to imagine the only reason he answers. Yeah, the only reason why he answers to his name is because it's built. It's like magically inscribed into him to answer to it. So like he doesn't even know his own name. He's not smart enough for that.
It's just like if you get a dog and you say their name, even when you're not necessarily calling to them, they'll instantly perk up.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just going to I'm going to just walk up to Sebastian, kind of look him over real quick to see if he's healed from his wounds, which I imagine he has. Like a long
Yes.
rest still heals him. Okay. And he's like, well, he looks like he's feeling better after the last fight. Not that he could really say anything about it.
That's good.
We could ask my father all sorts of questions about this thing. I'm sure he'd be willing to go on about it for ages, but I kind of like him now. At first I didn't really, but he's kind of grown on me. Like moss on a log or mold on a sandwich.
I can see that. He's dependable, for sure.
And he doesn't need to sleep, so he constantly is watching out my back. Start to rely on him. Anyways, do you think Nessa's gonna come out anytime soon?
Unless something happened to break her.
I kind of look away to like hide my face with my hat, and just go. I'm sure she's fine. She's got coffee.
I don't.
I'm gonna make a deception check, by the way.
Yeah, that's
Ooh, that might not be good. Oh wait, I'll just roll with my buttons. I forgot I have my buttons. One sec. Let me roll my buttons. I need to use this more. Ooh,
that's
good.
that's real not good.
Ooh, that's not good. That's worse.
That's what we call ouch.
Do you want me to
did you-
roll?
Do you want to roll insight? What's your bonus to an insight check?
The insight?
Yeah, your insight skill.
Yeah, it's +4.
You win. Congratulations.
The bonus itself is higher than my roll.
I'm proficient in insight. Celeste, I understand that I don't understand.
While they're having this-
person, people, relationships, or just people in general very well, but I feel like you're lying.
I mean,
I feel like
something
this
might
would be
have.
the perfect moment for Nessa's secret to come into play.
I have a plan for this down the line. I don't worry. I'm brewing things in the background.
You have plans for our secrets?
Everyone has.
Everybody has a player secret.
I was wondering, did you have a specific plans about them?
Some more than others.
Nessa doesn't know her secret, which is the fun part.
Yes.
Anyway, back to confronting Celeste.
I am like just faced away from you, like hands, like fists on my hips, just kind of like trying to avoid eye contact by hiding in my hat. I mean, she'll be fine. I think she'll be fine. I may have given her a reward for winning the drinking contest, and she didn't seem to remember what that reward was until after I gave it to her.
Next, how tall is Celeste?
Like, with the
I think
hat or
5'2".
without the hat? 5'2". With the hat, she is 5'6".
Okay.
Well, with the hat and the heels, she's 5'6".
So, I'm still almost 2 feet taller than her.
Yep.
Thalia's gonna, cause Celeste is standing like with her back to Thalia, right?
Kind of like she's like 45-degree angle, like her shoulder is to you. She's got her fist on her hips, and she's like looking at the door.
Just trying to look away.
So, Thalia's gonna like come up against her, not within your like personal space, but like not actually touching her, and just kind of peer down over your shoulder, like over your head, to almost look at you in the face upside down.
You walk up behind me and just peek over the edge of my hat.
You see the antlers first.
I am bright cherry red.
You seem flustered.
As I kind of like look at you and like see you from this perspective and just kind of like blink a couple times. I may have kissed her.
Hey, X, do me a favor and even or odd.
Fuck. You know what? Odd. I'll be the odd one out today.
All right, at this point, Nessa walks out of the building.
This feels like a compromising position to be
Yes.
in.
My face bright red, stammering something out as Talia is literally
She's
bent
hot.
over top of me. Yeah, bent over me, looking at me from above, over my hat, by the way, which keep in mind, it's a big fucking hat with a wide brim. She only is able to do this because she's so tall.
What's going on out here, guys?
As soon as I hear Nessa's voice, I'm gonna snap to her and then look at Talia and look at her and be like, okay, hi Nessa.
Hi, Celesta. You didn't
Apparently-
answer my question.
Wait.
Apparently, I'm the only one around here not getting any action.
Action? I didn't get any action.
Hey, X, are you
You're
going
still-
to combat a grapple check?
Who?
Or are you going to stop Sebastian from pulling you somewhere?
I am going to put my hand up and I'm gonna put my hand up to Sebastian, just like a stop, stay where you are.
Like, wait a moment.
Hey, he's going to
No,
grab
you know
your
what it is?
wrist.
You know what it is? I just point directly at his face and go, just a minute, Sebastian.
He's going to grab
Actually,
your
no,
wrist.
Sebastian's trying to save me.
You
Never
You-
mind, I'm letting
don't-
it happen.
I'll say, you don't know what's happening. He's just grabbing your wrist right now.
Yeah, I'll let Sebastian pull me away from this conversation that I don't want to have.
Yep, he's just pulling you towards the dock, just away from the girls.
Oh, I'm going this way. Sebastian wants to talk to me, I think. I don't know what's going on as I just follow
Sebastian has
Sebastian.
no brain. He can't talk to you.
You're really red,
Come
Ne-
back here.
Nessa. Your
What?
face is all bright red.
Yeah, because I drank like twice my body weight in alcohol last night. We should probably call him.
Deception! Lies! Deceit!
That's a
Yeah.
deception check.
Yeah, I want to roll insight.
It's true.
It.
No,
I'll give
know
you
it's
advantage
insight
on the
against that.
deception check,
All right.
because that's not the actual reason.
Yeah, but it's true.
Darn it. I
That's
didn't
right.
roll great. That makes it even funnier.
That's why you're getting advantage on the check.
No, just because. No, here's the thing. A half truth is still a lie, Helly. I don't think she should get advantage.
Wait.
She's blaming the thing that she knows. She is blaming her red face, which she
So
knows
either
is
it's
not
okay.
about
So
the
either
power.
it's a 19 or a 21. Take your pick.
It's,
Either way, I failed my insight check.
yep, that's fine.
Honestly, though, I think that's funnier. That in Thalia's mind now, Celesta is all bent out of shape about this, but Nessa does not care. Versus the way it's been actually, like, kind of the other way around, but also, you know what I mean? I think this will be funnier. Alright. With that, Thalia's just gonna go follow to the docks.
Yep. That's gonna run after them.
I'm imagining Sebastian's just pulling me to the canoe with the pot on it.
Well, the canoe is there, but the pot is gone.
Where did we put the pot?
I don't think we moved it.
Are you asking that aloud, or are you asking just yourself?
I'm asking myself.
Okay.
Helly,
Yeah,
did
no,
I
don't
did
know
I
where your
move?
weed is, Josh.
I will tell you guys this. You guys did not move the pot last night.
Was it stolen?
I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna turn around to Talia, and my face is no longer red at this point. I've calmed down. I'm like, someone stole our pot.
Is there any clues as to who stole our pot?
Helly, can I make an investigation check? I'm gonna Sherlock Holmes this
Okay,
shit.
you can make an investigation check. There is also a building at the edge of the dock that's got a guard in it.
Okay. 24.
Okay. There are footprints. You do see the 4 lines being 4 line prints in the snow on the dock leading away from your canoe up the dock.
I'm going to look around, and do they lead into the warehouse area?
They lead
the
into the
guard?
guardhouse.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over up to the guardhouse and be like, "Thank you for keeping our pot safe."
Not a problem. These things happen all the time. What canoe were you in?
I give him the number of the dock number. Basically, I imagine that each of the piers has like a wooden number like nailed to it.
Yeah. He looks to his notes. Ah, that heavy motherfucker. Need a hand with it. And he opens up the door.
Nessa's gonna shoulder pass and go give him a hand picking up the pot.
Does she like bump into me shoulder pass or bump into him shoulder pass?
It's more of like, not really bump, but like kind of like shimmy past and maybe there's a brush.
Okay.
After about a minute, Nessa and the guard bring the pot outside of the guardhouse.
Okay. Talia, or actually, I'll have Sebastian carry it. He carried it before. Sebastian, can you carry this?
He's going to look you up and down, seeing that you are no longer in danger, and go pick up the pot.
I love him so much.
He noticed he noticed that the person he's supposed to protect was feeling endangered, so he did what he was told to do.
I'm so proud of him. He's such a good boy. So I'm going to have him pick up the pot, and we're gonna head to the adventurer store, the Home Depot of adventuring.
The Far
general
Frozen
goods store.
Expeditions.
Yes, Frozen Expeditions. That's the place.
Frozen
Home Depot,
Far.
No, we're going to the freaking Smith and Edwards of adventuring. Oh wait, that would just be Smith and Edwards.
You mean Gnome Depot?
I hate you all.
Thank you. And it's called Our Frozen what again?
Far Frozen Expeditions.
Cool name.
Okay, and we're just gonna walk in. I'm not gonna like fuck about. I'm just gonna walk in with Sebastian. Just through the door and walk up to the desk.
All right. Inside, you see a fairly, I want to say middle-aged, but slightly middle-aged human and an older dwarf sitting at the counter.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to them and be like, "Hello, yes. Do you do identification services?"
We do got some identification here. Take us a little bit of time and a little bit of a price, but what you got for us?
Well, what's the price? I have this, and I point to, I point on my shoulder towards Sebastian, but I'm indicating towards, I'm indicating the thing he's carrying.
Identifications, 5 gold per item. And
Fantastic.
that pot, we can get that done for you.
Perfect. And you said 5 gold?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna put 5 gold on the table then.
All right. The dwarf's gonna go around the counter and go take the pot from Sebastian.
Okay. Sebastian probably doesn't let go until he goes, "It's okay, Sebastian. He can have it."
Strange little fella you got there.
Sebastian- Yeah, he kind of looks at him and then like lets go and like steps away. Yes, he's very loyal.
Dwarf's going to just nod and take that, take the pot out to the back. It will be about 10, 20 minutes before that gets done.
Fantastic. Enough time to do some shopping.
Well, we got some.
And I'm gonna look. Sorry, keep going. You're good.
Well, we got a whole slew of arrangements here for you.
Perfect. And I'm gonna look around to see if they have like a shelf of scrolls or like useful spells and stuff like that. I imagine there's like a section with spell components and like some reusable like magic notebooks and stuff like that in case you lose your spell book, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Cloud-based notebook storage.
So
Like really, it's like really like on the like it's a lot like a Michael's in that way. It's not like super expensive, but it's decent.
Oh my gosh, we're hindy Joanne.
There are 2 aisles in the store that are spell books and miscellaneous generic spell focuses, as well as different components for things.
Okay, I'm looking specifically for what spell scrolls they have available. I imagine they have a book that lists them out somewhere.
Let me see if I can find a rollable table real quick.
Yeah, just to see if they have any spell scrolls that I may be interested to add into my collection of spells.
I'm just gonna wander.
Go ahead and roll me 5d100s. Individually.
Okay, I was about to say 5d100s.
Yes.
It's like a max roll of 500. What kind of table you got there?
Well, I have a d100 table, and I'm getting 5 items for you.
Okay, so I've got 70, 55, 36. Oh no, 39, and 47. Do you need another one?
Give me one more, and that'll be your 5th thing here.
85.
Okay, let me
Red.
And now let me go about and see what these will give you. Okay. I'm gonna get all of these noted here, and then I'll give you the proper list.
Oh, I didn't add my tool proficiencies to my character sheet.
To do that.
We'll go with
I'm
that
doing that
one.
right now.
Wait, you can play music through this?
Yes. If you're talking about the tabletop, then yes.
So I'm trying to figure out how to just roll dice.
/roll, and then number the dice size. There we go.
I was just rolled
Okay, I have your list of spells. Or of available spell scrolls that are in stock.
Okay.
You have a spell scroll of Vicious Mockery,
Okay.
Scorching Ray, Healing Word, Moonbeam, Enlarge, Reduce.
Did my internet die?
I don't know, did it?
Oh, it just got quiet. Okay.
I gave you your list of spells.
I got 2 of those.
Well, I'll just send them to you via message.
Thank you. Healing Word, Moonbeam, Healing Word. That is not a wizard spell. Can't use it.
You can use it from the scroll, you just can't add it to your spellbook.
Yeah.
I wanna just wander. Investigate, see if anything catches my eye.
Well, I'll say, in here, there are also a handful of different potions, weapons, armor.
I wanna look at potion.
Alright. In here, let me drag a table for that already built into the system.
Oh. This one's a
just
second
a second.
spell.
I did give you a variety of spell levels there.
Yeah, that's good. I like this. This is useful.
I have a whole table with like I have a table of 1 through like 100 for each level of spell. Okay, that's
I
not
don't have Scorching Ray. Is there a reason I don't have Scorching Ray?
because I think it's a
Perfect
cleric spell.
Yeah, no, it might be.
Yeah, I don't think it's... Yeah, no, it's a wizard spell. Sorcerer and Wizard.
Huh?
Cool. It's the second level. That explains it too.
Yes. Again,
That's gonna be-
I did try getting you a variety of them there.
I'm going to I'm going to walk up to the front counter and say, excuse me, what is the cost for your spell scrolls? I'm interested in the Scorching Ray and Enlarge Reduce spells.
The human behind the counter goes about and starts flipping through a catalog book. Large Reduce is a level 2.
And so is Scorching Ray.
Okay, let me roll some numbers.
Roll those dice.
That'll be 150 for each.
Let me look at how much it'll cost me to transcribe it into my spell book.
Also, just to note, the pricing for that is level 2 spells would be considered uncommon. Uncommon price tag is 100 to 500. So I rolled a d10 and it rolled a 3.
How much
What?
would it cost to copy into my spell book? I can't remember. That's my spell casting, right?
Let me take a quick look here. Evocation spell.
It's half cost because I'm an evocation wizard. But the one I'm thinking of is not going to be evocation. So I just want to know what the base cost was. I'm trying to find it.
Copying a spell from a spell, the certified annotations must practice the spell. For each level of spell, it takes 2 hours and 50 GP.
So it costs half that for...
Copying from a spell scroll A wizard spell on a spell scroll can be copied to a spell book. When you copy a spell from the spell scroll, you must succeed an Arcana check with a DC equal to 10 plus the level.
So a DC 12, and it costs me the money.
It does not show costing money for copying from a spell.
From a scroll? Oh, okay. So then I'm going to purchase the enlarge reduce spell.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, and you wouldn't happen to have Leoman's Tiny Hut on in your catalog that I could order, would you?
He goes about and flips through a little bit here.
So that brings me down to 100 and... No, that just brings me down to 78? Yeah, 78.
It's a rare order, but we could go about and put a request in for a spell scroll from one of the neighboring... from a wizard in a neighboring town. Might take him some time to get it here.
Would you happen to know how long that would take?
Probably about a week for word to get out, them to make it, and it to get here.
All right. Do you know if there's another branch of your store or someone you work with that is in neighboring towns? We're traveling a lot. I'm just trying to find out where I could possibly buy this in store, if that would, because we move around a lot, and I can't guarantee we'll be back here anytime soon.
Well, let me take a look here.
Yeah. Basically, I'm asking Helly for a quest for that specific spell.
Yes. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm just looking just to see if what other inns are actually pre-established in the canon.
Okay. What other stores you mean?
Yeah. Where's that in relation to you guys? That might be the bad choice.
Well, wherever you put it, I'll keep it in mind, because we're probably gonna end up in every one of these towns at some point in the campaign.
True. I'm trying to find one that's closer.
Okay. We are also probably would be able to easily go by Tourmaline or Targos if you want something further away.
Well, you might have some luck getting a spell scroll of that in Targos.
In Targos. All right. Thank you very much for your help and for your spell scroll.
Pleasure doing business.
Yes.
When you get to town, you want to look for the Triligo.
What was that called again, Helly? The Triligo?
Triglio.
Oh, Triglio.
Triglio.
I'm good at Pokemon names, which makes fantasy names really good too.
That's fair and understandable. As for Daily, with your wanting to look for potions,
I would look at the potions specifically. I was just wandering.
Well,
I wandered into the potion.
Roll me a 3d4s. Reroll on a 4. And just tell me what the individual dice are.
Okay. First one was a 4.
So reroll it.
2.
So 2.
1 and 3.
Alright. And now roll me a D100 for each one of those numbers. So give me 3 individual D100s. right, give me just a moment here to notate down what your options are for what you are seeing. And actually, I'm doing this in the wrong order. Things were shuffled ever so slightly. Here. If you
Got
me-
it? Okay.
Yeah, yep. I did the dumb. I'm correcting my dumb.
You're good. You just said a thing, and then it just went like
Yep.
right in one ear and out the other. And then
Yep.
I wasn't sure if you were actually talking to me or not. And then I was panicked for a moment because it's like,
Nope,
oh,
I'm
wait,
just-
did I not hear a thing?
Nope. I was just mumbling to myself.
Okay.
All right. So
Is this our chopping episode?
This is our what? Shopping episode? Oh my gosh! Can we have a beach episode?
you can have a snow episode. Wait, that's every one of them.
We're definitely gonna have a beach episode when, if and when we go to the Sea of Moving Ice. It's just not gonna be that kind of beach episode.
All right. So Daily, in the potions, you see a potion of Cure Moderate Wounds,
Ooh.
a potion of Bull's Strength, and a potion of Greater Magic Fang 2.
What?
Do I even know what any of these do other than cure moderate wounds?
I
You-
imagine they have little placards that tell you,
yeah, I'll give the placards.
or like little cards on
No,
them.
it's a
like-
sticker. It's a sticker on the bottle.
Yes.
It has the dietary information and then the what it does.
I'm gonna turn it over to the back of the bottle and read the directions and ingredients.
Dosage limit.
Please ingest by mouth.
Like,
Not fit for
What is that?
for direct application to wounds.
Wonder what it
Directions:
does when you apply
shake
it.
well and drink the entire bottle.
All right. So which one do you want to look at first?
The boar's strength.
The Bull's Strength.
Actually, no.
I gotta figure it. Okay. On the back, it says, harness the power of a bull, overcoming any strength obstacle you encounter. In layman's terms, you gain, for the next minute, you get a +4 to your strength and related checks.
I have a
What's the
question.
ingredient list like?
The ingredient, it's a whole bunch of gibberish.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, so I got a question.
I might have an answer.
Do potions have to be ingested, or do they just have to get into your bloodstream?
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
You just did dick.
So, I would say that if you want to use it in terms of contacting with the bloodstream, it would be a diluted effect, as you're not going to get as much injected in, as much into you as you would be drinking it. Does that make sense?
Here's Sebastian's
Healing
skin
potion.
with a needle.
What was that?
Healing.
Can you pierce
Is
a
it-
contact skin with a needle?
Yeah.
So could we
Alright.
inject him with a potion?
I like this train of thought.
I
I
would
was
say
thinking-
yes.
Health push EpiPen.
We just stick a needle in his neck and squish it in. Still
Well,
takes a
'cause I-
bonus action, has half
Okay,
the
so
effect
here's
of
my
regular-
thought process. He probably doesn't have an anus, so we can't go that direction.
Jesus Christ, Valk.
Okay, I watched a video on coffee. Okay, I watched a video on coffee enemas today, so.
All right, I'm nipping that in the bud right now. It's just
No,
daily.
like, yeah.
I love you so much, Val.
In short, if you wish to go about and try to fill up potions with needles with potions and inject them into Sebastian, yes, they'll probably be slightly weakened just because that's not the designated way to consume it, but it would still heal to some extent.
I feel like we got like a berserker potion. We're just gonna stab him in the arm and watch him go crazy.
That
I'm
would be
gonna read
fun.
the magic thing or whatever it is.
The Magic Fang Greater.
Yeah.
This one. Feel your have your magic feel hit with an extra kick as the fangs bear down on your opponents. With that, whenever for the next minute after drinking, you get a plus. For every 4 levels you are in a caster, you get an extra +1 for magic attacks.
Ooh. Better the more powerful you are. I like it.
And then the moderate healing potion.
Feeling your can kicked, feel a new surge of power, and it just heals 2d8.
Ooh, that's a good potion.
Price tag on these.
So the no, I'm going to cut these listed prices in half because these listed prices are a bit absurd. The bull's strength.
How many platinum?
The bull's strength will be 150.
Oh, that's very good. But that's very much gold.
Same with the cure moderate wounds.
Oh,
And
that's expensive.
Greater Magic Fang is 600.
Yeah, no, I can't afford that one. I'm putting that one back.
Don't
Debating whether I want.
put it down very carefully.
I mean, I could have.
It's in a very nice bottle, and you realize why.
That's that top shelf shit.
Debating through between the other two, and I'm like, is this worth my gold? I mean, I'm a healer. I'm a healer. Do we need this? No, we said we
Health
need more.
potion, probably.
Yeah, healing potions.
There are.
Expensive.
Let me check one thing here real quick, just because my brain can never remember.
That's a pretty reasonable price for a potion, by the way, Helly, for the healing potion.
Well, that was
150 is about right.
I was just checking the comparison of the standard potion of healing cost, which is 50 GP for 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah. 1d8 is 2d8 is worth 150 gold.
Yeah. There are just
imagine-
standard healing potions available.
I imagine the standard healing potions are like in little like glass jars with a little red heart on them. And they're just like they're all just very simple design, like they were all made in house.
Hey, wait, you see, fun fact, they're actually just in candy glass vials.
Ooh, so you eat the bottle.
You didn't want us collecting bottles anymore, did you?
You can just eat the bottle.
Eat the bottle, dude. There's gonna be a moment where Celeste is like, just eat the bottle. That's a thing out here. Just
Wait.
eat the bottle. You're fine.
Are they labeled as candy glass vials, or
Nope.
Nope.
it doesn't look like
No.
glass?
It
Just
it looks like slightly cloudy glass, but it looks like glass.
Well,
Can I tell the
depends on how
difference
high
when
of
I
a
pick 'em
quality
up?
the sugar confectioner is. A good sugar confectioner could make isomalt that looks almost identical to glass.
They could.
Not
These
even
ones are not.
almost. Or
It's like a
no,
frosted
you know what?
glass.
You know what's in my mind of what it
Again,
is,
still
Helly?
the question.
Was-
The question
and
is, can I tell the difference?
Roll investigation.
And what's your thing you're saying, Valk?
does anyone else remember the nasty like soda candies where it was like a wax coating just filled with
Oh,
a simple
yeah.
syrup?
Oh yeah, those were awful. I remember those.
Yeah, it just looks like foggy glass, Daly. Looks frosted.
Oh, because it's cold outside. That makes sense.
And again, those run.
50 gold apiece, right?
So, what I'll do is there are ones that are
Full
there are ones that are bigger, and those are the 2d4, which are 50, and then there are half shot bottles.
Which are 25 apiece, and it's just 1d4 plus 1. Woo!
Yep.
They
Ha-
get
half the cost.
bulk discounts.
You can try to haggle.
Bulk discounts.
Did you want to
Oh,
try?
what?
Discount is a good way to haggle.
I
I want
actually,
a
like-
bulk discount.
I was gonna say,
I want a
Nessa,
bulk discount.
I can buy.
No, you don't have to use your money. I want a bulk discount, dude.
Hey.
Sir,
Hey.
I get these in bulk. And how much are you willing to cut off the price if I buy them in bulk?
What does
Eh.
bulk mean?
Yeah, how many are you looking to purchase in bulk?
Like 5.
Roll me a
Oh,
perception.
Oh,
Or not
honey.
perception, a
Yeah,
persuasion.
Awful.
A persuasion.
What's persuasion?
Yeah. And I'm gonna roll a d20 to counter you here.
Oh my gosh.
That's a 19.
Okay. Yeah, you do get. Hey, we don't normally do that, but you seem like the adventuring type here. We can knock it down to 20 per for the little guys, and we'll go 40 for the big ones for you.
Ooh, get the big ones. That's a better deal.
It's the same deal.
It's a better deal, Helly. It's a smaller number. I know it's the same deal. I'm just being- Can you
Brandon's had the math
afford
all day,
5
one
of the
sec.
bigger one?
Uh,
Can you
Ne-
afford
Nessa-
5 of the bigger ones?
That's the
I
question.
could. It's gonna be all of my gold.
5 of the big one?
You could buy more than 5 of the little ones then, with that deal. Because I imagine she'll give you the deal so long as you're buying 5 or more.
Alright. Helly.
Yeah. Yes, Falk?
Helly. Thalia passes over 200 gold and takes 5 of the big ones. Doesn't say a thing.
Pleasure doing business with you. All this time while Nessa's trying to pull out the 200 gold from her coin purse, just here's pleasure doing business.
No, Nessa's literally just like shifting through her coin purse, scanning her coins, and be like, should I get the big one? Should I get the little one? Should I get the big one? Should I get the little one? Should I get the big one? Alright, I'm getting 5 of the small ones then. I'll take
Do
some
you
of the
need
big
help
ones.
counting your money?
No, I do not. Got basic counting skills. And I'm gonna pass over the 100 gold.
All right.
5 little ones.
Pleasure doing business.
Sweet to you guys?
let me get your guys' character sheets pulled up here, and I will quickly give you your potions. For yours, Daily, I will have to make up a custom item for you here, which I will do in a minute. Just because they don't have a half-shot potion.
Yeah, so I had almost 10,000 gold left. Or
Jesus. Jesus, you have money.
I don't have any. I'm pretty sure the only magic item I have is my Deck of Wonder. And my staff.
That's good money. Not gonna lie, I spent all my money on spells.
Alright, you each now have your respective potions. Daily, enjoy the name of your potion. And she's not even here. It's a shot of healing.
Shot of healing.
I'm here. Sorry, I just stepped away for like 2 seconds. I can hear you.
You're fine.
How dare.
Alright, and after the haggling for the potions, your the dwarf comes out of the back. Alright, I got your cauldron here identified.
Fantastic. What did you learn?
Give 1 second here, my mouse stopped working. Because, you know, that's just how things go.
We're professional streamers.
I can't help my mouse just deciding he doesn't want to work. Are here. Alright. What you got yourself there is a cauldron of plenty.
Ooh.
If-
That sounds good.
If you pour water into this cauldron and stir it for a minute, it transforms into a hearty hot stew, providing enough food for 4 people of 1 gallon each. Even will remain hot while in the cauldron. No
Wow.
fire required.
I'm gonna turn to Talia and be like, do we want to carry this around with us? We'll at least have a hot meal every single night. No more rations. We could pack it with snow.
Honestly, that sounds pretty nice. Can I sell things here?
Sure, we're always willing to buy.
Yeah, I pull the great axe off my back and just like lean it up against the wall. I assume it won't fit on the counter.
It barely fits in the room. Are you kidding?
Yeah, look, that barely fits. Yeah, that barely fits in the room.
Granted, don't I barely fit in this building?
Yes, but you fit better than a giant war axe.
I
Yeah,
forgot.
because
you
isn't the
had
axe
that.
bigger than you?
Yes.
And
I
you're,
like to imagine you
already
had
a
to leave it
small
outside.
giant.
I like to imagine you had to leave it outside, and then you go outside, grab it, and like maneuver it through the doorway.
Well, what do we got here?
We found it, well, found is a term.
It's a
In
very
the
loose term.
caves.
It came from a giant skeleton that tried to kill us.
It actually almost did kill me.
Giant skeleton, you say? Well, let me take a look at the handiwork here. The dwarf's gonna carefully picking up the axe and just spin it around on the counter and just being careful not to break anything with the giant ass blades.
It like it goes from one end of the counter to the other, so he has to like maneuver it around like the check stand and like the couple other things that are on the counter.
Make sure not to club the human in the face with the blade as he spins it. Some old work you got here. Hey, I'm not sure who's really in the market of looking for a axe bigger than most of the folk around here. But even just for material, we could give you 50 gold.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, "You sure that you don't know any collectors in the area who take crap? What would be a good reference point in time that would be like this was before that?"
That I could not tell you offhand.
Okay, I'm just gonna
refer to
say.
it as cross-giant weapons.
Are you sure you don't know of any collectors who you may know to sell this to for a pretty nice price?
Well, I'm sure there's some museum that's looking for some of the old frost giant antiques. So where that would be, I'm not quite sure at the moment.
Helly, would I know?
Roll.
Like, would I be, or at the very least, would I know someone who would know through my father? Because like he's a weirdo. He might actually know a weird old museum director or something that I met once and don't really know much about.
Gosh.
Actually, the human there pops up. Hey, what about the buried treasures in Brahmin? It's a heck of a journey to take that big axe, but might get a pretty penny for it.
Actually, I like that idea. I would like to go to Targos at some point anyways, so we could go to Bremen. It's not far from Targos.
What works for me?
Plus, the museum may pay us for information on the find on what we found in the cave.
They would probably.
Now, if it
True.
Ellie, do I know anything about this museum in Bremen?
You do know that it's also a bar.
It's
A
it's a
museum that's a bar.
It's a museum bar.
Go there now.
Well, it's a museum inn. Not necessarily a bar, but an inn.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So it's like one of those nice like inns that also has like cool old like museum sections where it's like this is information about the local area. You can stay here and then also learn about the area through history.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Kind of tourist trappy,
it's
but
like
they do good
It's
work.
like the onion saloon. It is a bar and a museum in Alaska.
Yeah.
Right in its saloon, yeah.
I mean, bookshelf bars are pretty popular in Boston.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that would be a good place to bring it. And if we tell them about the cave, they may even pay us more. Adventurers can actually sell for any rights to archaeological areas in the area, I think.
Hey, you'll at least be credited for anything you find.
Plus, if they do anything shady with it, we're adventurers.
We are adventurers. Can
And
kind of be excused for almost
also-
anything.
Looking at one more thing for you guys here before you leave the store here. If you're wanting to be making the trip across the 10 towns, well, we offer you a sled and some dogs.
Ooh. I kind of like perk up and then go, how much?
Well, cause you gone about and you got built up some favor here getting that scroll and those potions. Could probably sell you the empty sled for about 20 gold rather than the 30. Dogs are going to be 40 per. Sled could have up to 6.
280 gold for a full sled with dogs. Would this sled be able to pull all 4 of us?
The sled wouldn't be the one pulling, but looking
Well,
at the way,
you know what I'm saying.
looking at the size of you, you'd probably need 3. It takes a look at tell you 3, 4.
4 dogs in a sled, but we'll all fit on the sled. It's a good sized sled.
It's a good sized sled. The dwarf waves you towards the back room.
Alright, I'm gonna follow him to the back room.
In the back, you see a handful of different styles of sleds, but all typically about the same size. Big enough to carry at least like a party of 6.
Okay, that'll carry us.
And has a stable that has about a dozen huskies back there that are barking and running around.
Are they like large huskies, like
Oh,
ice
yeah.
wolves or something?
They're big. They're like a wolf, but dire.
Dire huskies.
They're
I
dire.
love it.
They're dire huskies. Oh, puppers. Okay, now I gotta see if there's actually a picture of dire huskies. Wait, dire wolf husky mix. Someone's done it. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's just okay. It's actually pulling up wolf husky hybrid.
I'm just imagining it's like a giant husky.
Yeah,
With,
I
with
would say that
adorable dumb tail.
I would say that these dogs are about half of your height when on all 4s.
So a regular husky.
Actually, no, forget huskies are
They're
typically
big.
fairly big. They're at about your chest height.
Okay.
Okay.
So this
here,
is a
here,
dog that is
sample.
bigger than I. That is a medium-sized creature
Sample.
dog. Is what you're saying.
Yes.
Essentially.
Wait.
On the small size for a wolf.
Like that?
Yeah, they're on the small size for a wolf, but they if they wanted to, they could trample Celeste and probably Nessa.
And probably Sebastian.
100% Sebastian.
He wouldn't know what hit him.
He wouldn't.
I'm just looking at the wolf husky mix, and they're usually.
It's either that or it's the Russian bear dogs.
They are sled. These are sled dogs, but we're flavoring them as big ass huskies
I love it.
because who doesn't love a big ass husky?
Hell yeah. I'm gonna kind of like pull the rest of the group away, including Sebastian, and be like, okay, do we have enough money to get this? Because this would make traveling a lot easier.
How much is it gonna be in total again?
280 gold. I can put in 50 gold, but I'm kind of at my spending limits at this point.
I could.
I can throw in 100. It's gonna be most of my gold, but that's fine.
I'll cover the rest. That's what, 130?
Yeah, 130.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright.
So we pool our money together and buy a sled full of dogs with all 6 dogs.
But once you hand him the money, he goes about and hands each one of you, including Sebastian, Alish, makes a sharp whistle, having all of these huge dogs sit, and he opens the stable gates and motions you guys to go in.
Okay. We
I
go in.
want to pet all of the puppers.
Celeste is going to do the like dog fashion show kind of vibe where she's like, I like the hair on this one, and she's just looking at each individual one.
Nessa's kneeled down and one's licking her face, and she's like, I like this one. He's friendly.
And Thalia is just going to kind of sit kneeling in a corner. Have you ever like actually approached a shelter dog? That you kind of have to like kneel down in a corner and wait for them to get to. That's what Thalia's gonna do, and just kind of wait till a dog approaches her.
Roll me. I want each of you to roll me an animal handling check. Actually,
I'm gonna have Sebastian roll 1 too. I'm going to roll it for him.
That's fine. Ooh.
Sebastian got a nat 20.
He walks in there and the dogs are just circling him. It's like, what are you? God, the rest of you guys are not doing good deciding on what dogs you want to pick here. The dogs are not too fond of you, but they love Sebastian.
Yes, these dogs look like dogs. Yes, these dogs look like dogs. That's my whole thing.
None of the dogs want to be petted.
As the dogs like are circling Sebastian, he just looks around and like motions with his hand, and they all sit immediately. And he kind of looks at them, and then looks at me.
He's
And I'm like,
getting a sense of power.
So,
Sebastian, I should have guessed you would make friends with the dogs.
so is
Even though you
Sebastian
also have
going
smooth
to be the
brain.
one driving the cart then?
I assume so. He doesn't have any more of a bonus than the rest of us. He just got really lucky this time.
Well, to be fair, you guys all rolled shit as well.
Yeah. So,
What is everyone's
Alright,
bonus for
Sebastian.
animal handling?
Everyone has a +1 except X has a +2.
all right, Sebastian. Which ones do you think we should get? And he's just staring at me blankly, and then he kind of looks at the rest of the dogs. And I imagine that there's a subroutine in him that kicks in at this point that is the acquire transportation in the event of an escape subroutine. And he just looks them over and then points out 6 of them.
But weren't you getting 4, or are you getting all 6?
We're getting all 6. We spent the money for all 6.
Oh,
I just
fine.
spent the money for all 6.
Okay, my apologies. I thought I heard 4, but that's fine.
You told us 4, but we decided to go all 6.
And that's fair.
You told us 4 would be what it'd take to pull us all.
Yes.
I love
Yeah,
the idea
but
that
6
Sebastian
6 would
has
mean that
a-
the dogs would be faster, would have less strain, especially because I'm not small.
Well, that's why it was 3 and then went to 4 looking at you.
So, Helly, what I'm thinking is Sebastian is closer to a dog than any other humanoid on this planet because his literal purpose is a guard dog, and so that's why the dogs like him so much.
They can sense
Because
his
they recognize
protective
him
nature,
as a weird one of themselves.
And
Yeah.
they can sense that his brain is also smooth.
like a water slide.
No thoughts, no valleys, or bumps.
Someone thought it would be a good idea to mix a Rottweiler with a koala. It's not his fault.
No, he's got some pit bull in him. He's got a little pity in him, so he's got that protective instinct, and he got that dog in him.
That's why I said Rottweiler.
He's
Rottweilers
a
are
pity
protected
boy
like
if only he
pets,
could
but I
smile.
grew up with Rotties.
Yeah.
All right.
He's
So
just a really protective guard dog boy. So Sebastian picks out the 6 dogs that he thinks are the best ones for the event of an escape or travel.
ones that could definitely pull the sled, but could also carry each one of you in case of an emergency.
Exactly. He's picking the dogs he knows can get us anywhere, no matter what happens.
How friendly are these ones, though? I want to know the friendliness.
I mean,
Do they like critters? Do they like pets?
By
Do they cuddle?
So-
by temperament, huskies are extremely friendly animals.
Yes, but with
What?
your guys' checks, they're not aggressive towards you, but they don't want to do much
just-
with you at the moment.
They're just not interested in us. They saw Sebastian
I
immediately went
want
friend.
Hey, they're a little freaked out by Valk with her 3. They're like, what is this? Why does it have branches on its head? I want to bite those branches.
Is this prey? If not prey, then why look like prey?
I
Why-
feel like I vaguely smell like prey, but I also don't smell like prey.
You smell like prey, but also something dangerous.
but again, why have branches if not chew on?
Well, except my antlers wouldn't smell like branches; they would smell like rawhide.
But that's even better.
even more
Yes.
chew on. If not for chewing, then why smell and look like chewing?
If not friend
Does
shaped,
not
why look like?
compute.
If not friend, why friend shaped?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whereas Sebastian is
But
friend
I am
and looks and is friend
friend-shaped.
shaped.
But I'm friend
But-
shaped.
But I would also say huskies that pull as sled dogs are also often trained to sleep with their owners to keep them warm.
Yes.
So like,
They'll warm
they'll-
up to
they
you
just-
given time. It's just it's a
Yeah.
cold it's a cold greeting at the moment.
I'm gonna walk
Huskies are-
over to the
When I was
to
a
the
kid, my
dwarf,
neighbor
like-
trained huskies for dog racing. So like they are very friendly, outgoing animals.
Yeah. You
I'm
just
gonna
gotta
walk up
learn their
to- up
friendship
to
a
the
little bit.
dwarf. Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to the dwarf and be like, "So, what kind of treats do you usually feed these dogs? I'd like to know what their favorites are, so we can purchase some before we leave."
Hey, these dogs here, we typically, as for
Anything,
treats, we give them some jerky.
All right. And then I remember I have pack rations, and we're gonna have the cauldron. I'm like, do they like dried fish?
Hey, can't say they've had much, but hey, they'll eat pretty much anything you give them.
Perfect. And I imagine at this point, Sebastian is like attaching them to what looks like the sturdiest and also fastest of the sleighs. Like it's super utilitarian. There's no gaudy or flashiness to it. It is full utility, and it looks like it could do whatever you want it to.
It's got very low side rails.
Oh yeah, he picks the one that he knows will do exactly what we need it to.
It is big enough for you guys to be able to sleep on comfortably, but the walls on that thing are like 2 inches.
So we're meant to be cross-legged and holding onto the oh shit bars. Got it. I like to imagine it has seat belts, but they're not like regular seat belts. They just are clipped that clips onto your own belt.
Probably. I feel like big gladiator carts, except lower to the ground.
The belts are just loops that are spiked into the frame.
Oh yeah, so we just hold on to them. Got it.
Well, no, you can put them around your
Is it the type of
waist.
Dog sled? Is it the type of dog sled that has like the little standing area on the back with the higher up bit that you hold on to?
Not
Yeah,
the
that's
one,
how you-
not the one Sebastian picked. His is a very just flat sheet.
His is a
Oh, no,
his
I
is a
was
medicine
just
running
thinking.
sled.
Yeah.
I was just thinking like something like that.
Yeah, like that.
Except for with lower rails.
It's built like that, yeah, but with lower rails on the side. Still has the
So
stand
still
on the
at
front.
least- Still has the stand on the back there, yeah.
Now you guys could
It's just a
stop
body.
Sebastian from grabbing this one if you want.
I'm going to
Is
look and
there-
see which one of them looks like the
It's like,
safest
is there
one.
a better one? Because that one looks fine. It's fine.
And there's a bunch of different styles. There are some that have more of a roof to them than that one. Something that you could easily drape, cloth over to make it a place to sleep in.
should do something.
I'm gonna
like,
pick
that
one
has
of those
higher-
because
Yeah, something with
because
higher
Sebastian,
walls.
yeah, Sebastian doesn't think about sleeping because he's immune to it. So I'm gonna pick one of those and be like,
He's
Sebastian, this
immune.
one.
He's
He is immune to sleep.
He doesn't sleep. He's immune.
As you go about and stop Sebastian, you see this, something slightly change with his eyes, and he just goes back to standing still.
Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. Just use this one. You can still have the doggies. They're your friends. You're in charge of them. Do you understand that? Protect them and use them as we must.
He goes and starts hooking them up to the sled you have chosen.
It was a good choice, Sebastian, but we need sleep and somewhere warm to do so.
Especially Celeste over here. Like, ooh, skin is ice.
I just kind of slowly turn and look at Nessa.
What? You're cold-blooded. And I'm very warm-blooded. So I don't
Celesta
blame
will
you
remember this.
for cuddling. I'm a shut up now.
Do I need to?
As you say cuddling, my eyes go wide and my face turn red, and I like look away and just start walking towards the toboggan.
Do I need to go about and make up a small scene that is each of your guys' names, and it's will remember this, that just pops up in stream for a few seconds?
Just the button that triggers it. Just it pops up. It's like a little alert that triggers it, and it says, "We'll remember this."
And I'll have one for each of your names, and I'll just up in the top right-hand corner, insert name will remember this. And it's there for like 5 seconds.
I love that. Yeah, I'm going to remember that. And I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go to the toboggan. I'm gonna start loading stuff up onto the toboggan and have Sebastian carry the pot onto it.
Pleasure doing business with you. Anything else I can do for you?
Made me
I kinda look
forget
at
the
everyone.
whole exchange that happened about 2 minutes ago.
Nope, that one's sticking
Yeah.
right in the memory. That one's sticking right deep in the memory there, Loss.
I'll be honest.
One of his
myself,
core
I'm
memories
afraid
now. Dude, this guy works customer service. He's going to tell everyone in town. The innkeeper already knows now.
Already knew.
Hey,
No, as if everyone in town already knew. You're the one who offered to kiss me if I won the drinking contest.
God, I can't wait for you guys to ask about a rumor, and this ends up as one of the rumors.
Dude, add it to the list.
Yup.
A group of
This too-
chaos lesbians has been cited. They are known to be very friendly.
No, I was gonna say there are 2 lady lovers that exist in legend in this town. Recent
No,
legend,
what's
but legend
even
nonetheless.
great, it will be even worse. A lesbian poly.
Three lesbians and their chauffeur. Their chauffeur is known to be very quiet and but polite.
And it would take us a while to figure it out because it's like,
Have you guys met anyone in a polycule?
Well, there's also just the idea of you guys asking innkeeper for any rumors going on, and just like, well, I've heard stories about about 2 lesbians traveling across 10 towns, but that's about it.
They say they bring a lot of food.
Them.
So, Helly, did you mention there's like 4 gallons of soup in this pot?
It can make. Well, it's empty right now.
Yeah, but if I put like water or in this case snow in it,
Let me get you the.
because it takes time, right?
Let me get you the
if
proper
you would
things
send
here.
that- if you would add that to my inventory, I would love that.
Let me see if it is actually an item in the listing here.
But it did say fill with water, so I assume snow would count. We just have to keep packing snow until it's full.
Or until you just have as much as you want in it.
Yeah.
It is actually an item, so I will throw that into your inventory.
Thank you.
Congratulations, you have 1 Cauldron of Plenty.
Oh, I clicked on it. That's not what I meant to do.
Thank you.
It does have a 3 times per dawn use, but if you guys are going through 12 gallons of stew in a day...
30 gallons. It's 30 gallons of stew. We could feed this entire village every day for all 3 meals and still have leftovers.
Where are you getting 30?
It says this cauldron is made of thick copper that has turned green with age.
Okay.
It is 4 feet wide and has a mouth 3.5 feet in diameter.
It can hold up to 30 gallons of liquid, but
yeah, and then
with-
the liquid turns into stew. It doesn't say how much stew.
providing 1 nourishing meal for up to 4 people. Oh, 4 people per gallon. I misread that
Yeah.
part.
So
Oh
4
my
people
God.
times 30.
No.
So-
You can make 90 gallons per day.
Yeah, this is literally infinite food, and it is beautiful, and I'm definitely going to use this for chaos reasons.
Are you glad that I low-key pressured you into taking the cauldron?
Yes,
Are
I
we
do
gonna cook
like
our
to.
enemies?
Look,
Are we
Helly,
gonna
all
cook
you
our
had to do.
enemies?
Yeah, no, we don't have to. We just fill it with water. Helly, I do want you to know that as soon as you mentioned that it was still hot after we walked away, and I realized that there was no light in that room and it was still hot, I had a moment. Because I'm like, okay, that means it's not heat metal, her using heat metal to heat the cauldron. It just does that. I want this, whatever
It's-
it is.
It's
probably
just
cursed.
magic.
Yep, but it's not cursed, and I love it.
Yep.
So, and it has a lid too, so we could just fill it with water, put the lid on it, and it keeps the food warm until you use it. So we could literally fill it with water right now and have food for so long. Literally 10 days with 1 pot. No, 100 days with 1 pot.
It'll
Right?
last a while.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
so
Hilly.
much.
Did you make a comment at one point that you were gonna have us track our rations in this game?
That was.
I think that was a joke.
I think we have
That was a
to.
joke, and then we solved that problem.
I don't think we need to track our rations anymore.
Nope. So I am going to literally, like, I'm going to strap the cauldron in a nice secure
Yeah, I'm
spot
still
near
gonna
the
track
middle.
my rations and
Hey,
feed
but-
them to the dogs, I guess.
as you guys are sailing up, the human storekeep is going to run out with just a stack of 10 bowls. Just empty bowls.
I'm honestly
Thank you so
surprised
much.
that the actually, well, I guess it depends. Or that the keep doesn't try to buy off the
Cauldron.
yeah.
They respect
they need
adventurers
to
for
be-
loving their food. They respect the adventurers' love of good food.
Yeah, but
Also, he probably is like, oh, they're gonna need it more than we will.
this is a village.
Yeah.
Hey.
But I
Also,
gonna
Valk, just to
accept
say,
the
just
bowl.
because this group just because these 2 people aren't, doesn't mean other people won't.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay him a gold and get the bowl. I imagine he gives me like 10 bowls and 10 spoons with them.
Yep.
Just so we have stuff with. Okay.
That way you can use your cauldron, and the reason he's giving you 10 is 1 for each of you, because he doesn't know Sebastian doesn't eat, and then 1 for each of the dogs.
I love it, and I imagine the dog bowls are bigger, and so is Talia's.
Does no
I
one else
also have a
have?
mess kit, though.
I was gonna
so,
say
like,
I
do
have a mess
really...
kit as well.
Yeah, we all have a mess kit, but
We're
they
gonna
don't know
extra
that.
bowls.
We're being nice. I'm gonna accept it as the kind gift that it is.
Well, see, there's mess kits, and then there's just bowls.
Fair.
My mess kit is a bowl and a spoon. And that is
It's
all
a
my
bowl
mess
with
kit
a
is.
spoon, a
bowl
knife,
and
and
a
a
spoon.
fork all in one. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going
It's
to
a sword,
accept them
actually.
because it's a very nice thing to do, and I am going to pay him the 1 gold because I feel bad about just taking it for free, and I know that it probably doesn't cost him nearly that much. It's more of a thank you. And then now that the cauldron's all lashed to kind of the middle of it, if I remember correctly, Helly, the outside of it is cold when
Yes.
it's bubbling inside. Okay.
The outside of the cauldron is safe to touch despite the heat of the stew.
Okay, that was actually my
Oh.
question. Would the residual heat keep us warm?
If you
but
were
there's
to
not.
bunker over the stew, it would keep you slightly warm.
So,
Yeah.
if we oh, that's a question. Does he have tarps or blankets?
Hey, he's got some in the adventuring area.
Dude probably has a whole freaking shelf of different sized tarps. You never know when an adventurer's gonna
Alright,
ask you for a
I
fucking
want
tarp.
to see if does he have furs and tarps? That's what I.
Furs are a little bit more rare. He doesn't have a whole lot of those, and they're not of particularly large size.
Okay.
The fur sizes are typically that of about a pair. They're not that big, but they're there.
Alright, so not
Yeah,
what I
like
want.
rabbit
What
furs.
type?
Yeah.
What type? What?
As for tarps, there is a variety of different tarps of different colors, and you could get one the size to make a canopy over your sled for 2 silver.
Grab the white one with the semi-gray camo on it.
Yeah. I'll grab that, and then how many? What type of blankets do they have?
They've got
Some
mostly
really cheap cable knit wool ones.
well, they have some very cheap wool ones for 2 copper, and then they have some really thick quilts for 5 silver apiece.
Do they have really nice wool ones?
Let me even or odd.
Odd.
They do.
Alright, I will.
Oh, and they're those thick quilted wool ones too, aren't they?
Yeah. So you want in cold, wet weather, you want wool. You don't want cotton or fleece. You want
Oh
wool.
yeah, because wool
'Cause
actually repels water.
Wool
doesn't
is
it?
naturally water repellent.
Hydrophobic.
The more you know.
Mhm.
Hydrophobic.
Learned that
think I
when
had an
I hiked
uncle that
Mount
was hydrophobic.
Washington. Yeah. So I want to grab. Probably a couple of the nice wool blankets and a large tarp, preferably in white, light gray, light blues.
All right. Tarp will cost you 2 silver.
Okay.
The heavy wool blankets are gonna cost you 3 silver apiece.
I
'Pretty reasonable.
$20 and $30. That for
Yeah,
some
that's pretty reasonable.
for some good quality stuff and stuff that's in demand.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll pass over 13 silver. It's 10 silver to a gold, right?
Yes.
Now I have to do math.
There is a conversion calculator in your character sheet. If you click on the little coin stacks next to your money, you can convert. You can. Actually, that's transferring, but there is a convert, but I'll put it to the highest amount. But just transfer over the silver to another bag and then remove it that way.
Well, no, I have. Okay. 9, so that's 20 silver. 13. So that leaves me with 7 so far. Cool. Yeah, so that's 4 blankets and 1 tarp.
That would be 14.
Mm.
3 times 4 is 12, and then another 2.
Oh, I misdid my math. So
It's fine.
pass another silver over.
He stops as you're walking. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I did all of that in my head. You
I'm
better
just-
be proud of me.
I'm
I'm
just
a
kidding.
college dropout, Ellie.
Dude,
So
I'm
am I.
I am.
I didn't
You
even
guys went to
go.
college? You guys went to college? What's college?
A scam, but that's for another time.
Right?
I'm literally a high school dropout. Come at me.
Are you? Oh.
Any case, so you guys now have a dog sled, which will cut your travel time between areas in half.
Oh hell yeah!
Thalia's gonna head out to the dog sled and fold the tarp, put the folded tarp down to the in a corner where it's easily accessible. But she's going to she's gonna lay all of the blankets down on top of in the body of the sled where it's to make kind of like a comfortable seat or like a comfortable cushion type of thing. Just kind of lay them on top.
Some
of it.
padding.
And then she's gonna lay the tarp over top of that to protect the blanket while we're in
I like that.
moving. So when we're ready to set up for the night or something, we just take the tarp off and fold it over.
And make stew. Which, right now you see Celesta is having Sebastian and also is kind of helping him put snow into the cauldron. We're filling this cauldron up with snow so we can get some
How
soup.
long does the cauldron take to make stew?
1 minute.
Well, you'd have to melt your snow first, but that'll go pretty quick, speaking that the cauldron's heated.
Yeah.
So I'd say if you're trying to melt 30 gallons of snow, I'd say that
I'm not going full 30 gallons. I'm just trying to I'm filling it once with snow, which melts down to a third of its height.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna
it's
say,
just
if I
10
remember
gallons.
correctly, snow is a third.
Okay, so melting about 10 gallons of snow will take 5 minutes,
Cool.
and then you gotta stir it for another minute.
So 6 minutes and we got dinner. Super easy.
Yeah, if we start it now, that means that we'll have food for the nerdy.
Yeah. I'm definitely doing that for that reason. I say as I'm taking notes in my magic book, watching the runes light up on the cauldron and stuff. But okay. Once the stew is ready and I've taken my notes, I'm just going to put the lid on it and secure it with a rope.
Yep, and I will start lashing down all of our packs into this sled as
Now-
well.
We are here in Caerconic for a reason, though. We don't need to leave now.
What?
No, we still have to find.
Oh, maybe
The shady
instead of our
people.
packs, I'll just lash down the great axe, so I'm no longer carrying it.
Good idea.
Yeah, we needed to find the ghosts. Looking for ghosts.
And the Durgar, the ghosts, and the occultists.
Yeah.
Well, the possible cultists.
Well, yeah.
Do we
Especially
want to
if
split
we're
up
the
to look
ghosts,
for clues, or do we want to look as a group?
I would rather not be alone.
Fair enough.
There's also the Frost Maiden. You guys remember the Frost Maiden from the White Lady?
she did say something about the Frost Maiden.
Frost Maiden. Oh my gosh, I just connected something in my head there.
Well, share with the
I'm
group.
gonna keep it to myself. I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Boring.
I don't know if it actually is plot relevant.
I swear, if you're just connecting Frost Maiden with Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden, I'm going to give you a slow clap.
No, I was.
Okay, I had to make sure because
Celesta.
I'm pressing X. I'm
Cool.
pressing X.
Cool.
Doubting setting.
Are you trying to say that Celeste is the Frost Maiden? I feel like she's not.
I see skin. And Frost
I don't know what you're talking
never
about.
light.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm definitely not the Frost Maiden. Anyways, I'd say we as a group go just kind of investigate the town a bit and look around for people that are shady.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Agreed.
Okay, I'm gonna make an investigation check then while we start walking around the town looking. I'm specifically like investigating like I'm looking around seeing if I see a Durgar or hear anything about a Durgar, and I'm investigating the weird cult people. Basically, I'm asking questions and doing my deductions.
okay. Roll investigation.
That people don't want it.
All right, there's a button for that. Press the button.
I'm waving at people, and if people don't want to wave back, I'm giving them the side eye.
11.
Okay. With an 11, I will note that in your investigating around town, you notice there's something off with the hook, line, and sinker's entrance.
Feel like something changed about it since we left.
Where it's
It-
like
what?
the wrong size.
Do you want me to make another check to see what's off about it?
I would say either you or somebody else could either make a second investigation or
I'll do
perception.
investigation.
I'll do a perception check.
Like, I can do
I'm gonna also
investigation.
roll investigation.
Hot damn.
Yeah, we're doing great now.
I forgot I
I got
have
a
a plus.
17.
All right. Upon further investigation, and which you guys failed to notice when you stormed out and when Celesta was being quote unquote attacked, the hook, line, and sinker's sign is missing above its door.
Some drunken asshole steal the sign.
I'm going to go inside.
Am I the drunken
and-
asshole who stole the sign?
You did not steal the sign. I'm gonna go inside and talk to the innkeep. Excuse me.
Ah, yes, Dad. What can I do for you?
Did you? Someone seems to have stolen your sign.
Stolen my sign?
I
That's the
stole the
third
sign.
sign this week. God damn it.
That's the third sign.
Open my eyes, I stole the sign.
Yeah, it's been disappearing in the middle of the night and nobody seems to know why. Probably those damn ghosts the rumor man was talking about.
So you just keep commissioning new signs?
Yes, but But what would you do?
Fair point.
Well, I'm going to take my some time real quick to swap out a spell, and I'm going to swap out locate Agonizar's Scorcher for locate object, and I'll be like, I think that we could possibly find your sign. I would just need some information about it.
Maybe
Okay.
also find a ghost.
What kind of information you need?
Well, just give me a good, solid description.
It's wooden sign with gold inlays, with a tanker, with a bar tankard with a fishing hook inside of it.
Okay. I have seen this sign within 30 feet of myself at least once, right?
You saw it when you guys walked into the tavern last night.
Okay. I am going to cast Locate Object, Helly.
Okay, I do not remember offhand what Locate Object does, because it's one of those niche spells.
Yeah, concentration up to 10 minutes. Describe or name an object that is familiar to you. As long as you have seen it up close within 30 feet at least once, you can cast this and you know where it is. You can locate it within 1,000 feet of me as long as it's not blocked by lead.
Okay.
Any thickness of lead, even a thin sheet, can block it.
Yes, I'm just trying to figure out how exactly it tells you where it is. Like, oh, I can see where it is, or if it gives you a direction of where it is.
You sense the direction of the object's location as long as the object is within 1,000 feet of me, and if the object is in motion, I know what direction its movement is.
Okay, that I can work with. Because again, it Locate Object is just one of those niche spells.
Yeah, it's not used very often, but it's incredibly useful.
Yes. Now give me but a moment of time to figure out where this thing is actually supposed to be, because it's been a hot minute. I gotta figure out what generalized direction this thing is in comparison to you.
Okay. And it has to be within 1,000 feet of me, so
Yes.
that's also another thing.
Well,
And as I go to cast this, I kind of pause and go, "We should get on the dog sled and ride around town. I think we can find it."
Alright. Get the dogs all
reality.
harnessed up.
Oh, they're harnessed.
Oh,
Sebastian made
Yeah,
sure
right
of
there.
that.
okay. Well, then I'm gonna give them all scritches between their ears.
Give them some of your pack rations. They'll like that.
Do that
Okay.
too.
I've
Break
found.
apart a pad ration and share it amongst them.
Now, how far away is that from here? It's 1,000 feet the distance.
Yeah.
I gotta I have to break out a calculator because actually
There's a ruler here, Helly.
it is spoiler, it is not in town.
Okay.
I was looking at the grand scale map in that okay, so at the moment you are not getting any sense of direction.
Okay. With with the 26 investigation, did I notice anything else about, how it might have been taken? Anything like that? Like, were there footprints on the roof? Were there anything that I could notice that I could point out to someone who could track that?
It looks like it was removed. You can still see that there were still rungs that were holding the sign in place. That would have been holding the sign up so it could swing. Those are in place but cut, as well as the
Okay.
footprint. There were footprints on the roof heading north, heading in a generalized direction of northwest.
Well, I say we go northwest. If anyone's shady, they're stealing signs, and at the very least, we can help this poor woman get her sign back.
Well, I have a different thought.
All right.
How you said three times this week already. Has it been almost nightly? Like as soon as you put up a new sign?
Well, it takes us time to get new signs in because you gotta order them, but typically a day or two after the sign goes up, it's gone.
fast could we get a rushed order for a sign to come in? I don't mind helping with the cost of that.
And
I mean, give me a piece of driftwood and I can attempt to make you a new sign.
I like
I
this
got decent
idea.
handwriting.
I'll put a request in for the sign here tonight, and it'll probably get here in the next, probably day after tomorrow.
In the
Would it
meantime,
be-
we can go looking.
Yeah, but we can, as soon as you put up the new sign, we could spend a few nights in our sled, hidden under it, and watch to see if
Or
we can-
hidden at least nearby.
yeah, to see if we can catch whoever's doing it.
You're welcome to try. Trovis has been drinking himself silly trying to find these thieves for the last few weeks, but hadn't turned up anything.
How do I delete these, Helly?
What type of box is it?
They're measurement control boxes.
In the measurement, you click the square box that's got the hollowed out middles, and then you click on the box itself in the corner where the little icon is, and then delete.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I like this plan. And in the meantime, we can keep an eye out around town. Oh, question, dear. I don't believe we really got a chance to ask you these questions, and I apologize if this is a little bit, if this is getting in the way of your work. But we heard that there are some shady characters around. Have you heard anything about that?
Shady characters? No one other than the thief who's been taking my damn sign.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And we heard mention of a Durgar here. We've been looking for someone that fits his description, and we were just wondering if you've seen a Durgar in this area.
I can't say that I have.
I appreciate your answers, and I'm gonna toss her a silver.
Thank you kindly. If you want, you can try finding Trovis and see if he's had any luck with finding those darn thieves, and maybe he can help you out.
So Trovis has been drinking himself to death trying to figure it out. Is he in the bar, Helly?
He is not in the bar.
Alright. Would you happen to know where we could find Trovis? We could actually offer him some help.
He stumbled out of here last night, but he's Silver Dragonborn. He's not going to be that hard to find out of a group.
Silver Dragonborn. Thank you, dear. Helly, during our investigation in the town, did we see a Silver Dragonborn, or should we go look for him again?
Go look for him again.
Okay. Alright, ladies. We are looking for a Silver Dragonborn. Sebastian, keep your eyes open, too. He's going to help us catch bad people who wish to hurt us.
He draws his sword.
Good job.
or no, sorry. He draws his ice pick.
He holds up his staff.
But no, he already also has an ice pick.
Oh, he holds up his ice pick. Dude, I'm imagining it's just this little ice pick that's like a little dagger.
Well, no, this is like a pickaxe. Like an ice pickaxe.
Oh! Oh, an ice axe. Ooh, even scarier.
Just pulls it off his back. I'm ready.
Good boy. Alright, ladies, let's go find our man. Maybe he'll know something that the innkeeper didn't. He has apparently been investigating for a while.
I didn't think anyone in this group needed a man.
What was that?
I didn't think anyone in this group needed a man.
When we don't.
No, we don't.
I mean, I don't. I
Not
mean, we need
matrimonially,
Sebastian,
anyway.
and I think I think Sebastian is. Oh no, I don't think he's technically a man. What are your pronouns, Sebastian? Holds up the ice pick.
Can you write them out in the snow here? Are you a they and him?
Point at the ice pick.
Holds up the ice pick.
You know what? Real quick.
You're a prick?
I think he identifies as a sharp,
Okay.
pointy weapon.
I think that's true. He
They
identifies as a fool.
Oh, ouch!
So he wouldn't even be a they, he'd be an it.
Yeah. I'm still gonna refer to him as him, but
It that. His pronouns are it that.
All right, let's get some investigation rolls. See if we can find our silver dragonborn.
don't
Alright.
fuck me.
I got a 3.
I got a 10.
4 in total.
I specifically requested that you don't fuck me, dice rolls. Why did you roll a fucking 3?
My gay dice are not being nice to me.
Valk, are you gonna roll
What am I rolling?
investigation?
Perception, or would perception work too, Helly?
I'll allow perception.
You know where my other dice.
Yeah, I'll do a perception.
14. Oh, 13, I mean.
Well, the Sebastian got a 14.
I
Oh,
got a
Sebastian got
13.
All right. With the combined efforts of Sebastian and Thalia, and after a little while of searching, let me reunite the people.
Is he in like an alleyway right next to town, and we've been driving around all over town looking for him?
Close. He's he is passed the fuck out in a snow pile next to the building.
I want to nudge him with my boot.
Sebastian holds up his ice. Sebastian raises his ice pick, and I just put my hand on his hand and put it down. Is he passed out?
Hey, wait. As Nessa starts to wake him up, he drunkenly swings an empty wine bottle in your guys' direction. Who's there? And then just lets out a burp.
I walk over to our dog
Dionysus
sled.
would shame you, sir.
I'm gonna walk over to our dog sled and pull out a bowl of soup and walk up to him and be like, I bring you food.
Dionysus would still shame you, sir.
He wakes more up like, food you say? Pardon my manners, a little bit jittery with all the thieving going on.
Yes, that's actually what we wish
Are
to
the
talk
ghosts?
to you about. Ghosts?
Hey, the lady said it could have been ghosts. Don't look what she said.
Ghosts are non-corporal. I feel like it's probably not ghosts.
This town's had some thieving troubles. No one's really seen anything late, which is why I've been trying to keep an eye out. Just the other night, our lantern over the night and Northern Light was stolen, and the sign outside of the Hook, Line, and Sinker. Corey won't let me hear the end of it because I haven't been able to find who's responsible. At least not yet. I've got a knack for these sorts of things. Way back in the day, I used to be a little bit of an adventurer myself. Went on all sorts of adventures, hightailing from here or there, traveling all over the 10 towns.
What stopped your adventuring? An arrow to the knee?
I became mayor of town. Became speaker of the town here.
Oh, much better than an arrow to the knee. I knew this guard once who used to say that all the time. Apparently, he just got married.
It's more of a ball and chain than an arrow to the knee.
Hey, to each their own.
Eh,
Oh no.
what? Back in my adventures, one time I went and kicked a half ogre into a river, floated away as it was yelling slurs at me. Another time I tricked some kobolds into believing that I was a dragon.
Do I
Ever
believe
fought
this
a
man?
dragon? Ever confronted a dragon?
Hey, if you want to try rolling insight against this, you can.
This sounds like tall tale shit.
I,
25, natural 20.
hey, man, there's a little bit of truth to it, but it's definitely hyperbole. It's definitely exaggerated. Hey.
Like the ogre, the half ogre was definitely yelling slurs, but he wasn't the one who ended up pushing him in the river.
He did kick the ogre. It just the more hyperbole one is the tricking the group of kobolds.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let him cook. He's an old adventurer. He's got his stories. I'm gonna let him cook. But I know, and he knows I know because I'm looking at him with my eyebrows raised. Like, really? That's the best one you could come up with?
Ever almost died to a giant skeleton?
What was that, Daily?
That's a legitimate question.
I-
I was like, ever almost died to a giant skeleton? Ever confront a dragon?
Giant skeleton, no. Dragon, maybe. May have been a little bit drunk
Do
for
I-
that one.
I don't believe him. It was another dragonborn with a sheet on his shoulders.
Hey, that Dragonborn is half dragon.
Yeah.
It's in the name.
A dragon! Okay, a dragonborn is related to dragons the way humans are related to Homo sapien. Or no, what was it?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Daily. The same way.
See,
Got
this,
it in one.
see, this one knows.
Well, as
It's
much as I love
evolutionary
your
path.
stories, as much as I love your stories, what have you learned about the thieves so far? We are here to help. We have heard about shady people here, think they may be connected to something else we're doing.
A cult.
Yes, possibly a cult.
Not too sure about a cult, but have seen some things moving around without a body taking them.
Ghosts!
That? Oh my god, it might actually be ghosts.
As for the
Or, very, very devious rogues. Oh shit.
Invisibility
Oh,
magic
shit.
could do that.
We're missing Sedan here.
As for the missing lantern from missing lantern, you could talk with the Shrurad sisters over at the tavern. Or sorry, at the inn.
The hook, line, and sinker, or a different inn?
The other one. It's the it's the Northern Light.
The Northern Light.
It's right around the corner there.
Have I stayed at the Northern Light before? Because I've never stayed at the hook, line, and sinker before.
I would say yes.
Okay, what do I know about the Northern Light?
It's
Is
kept.
it kind of like a homely, like higher quality than hook, line, and sinker, but not the drinking part?
There's not really drinking here. It is just a place to sleep. It's run by two human sisters. One is very charming. The other one is scowling.
I like her already. I understand this
Gotta be named
dynamic.
Aurora. This place is called the North Light.
I feel like I know these women, so I'm going to just write that down.
Over the last few days, they've taken the light from the Northern Lights. They've stolen. They've taken the sign from the hook, line, sinker several times. Never hearing the end of it. Pair of goats. and a small stack of pearls carved into decorative beads has been stolen from Frozenfar.
Who? Rosenthar?
Frozenfar, the adventure stores uptown.
And then a lamp.
Goats.
Do I
Goats are
do I
used in
see any
ritual
patterns in
sacrifice
this?
cult.
I'm seeing a pattern in this. They're stealing exclusively from businesses here. Have they stolen anything from just regular folk?
Nothing anybody's reported to me.
Do you think they may have reported it to the guards?
I can't say. I can't speak for every citizen here.
Fair enough.
But you were literally
Have
our
you-
speaker of.
I mean, actually, no. You're right. You are literally the speaker.
I am the speaker. I speak to the people. The people speak to me. They don't come to me with a problem. I don't know if there's a problem.
So if they haven't told you, they probably haven't told the guards. So that's fair. Which means it probably didn't happen because they would probably go to you first, or the guards, who would come to you anyways.
Yeah, that's how the hierarchy works.
Thank you very much. I was doing deduction.
Sorry,
So
that was the alcohol talking.
That's fair. Enjoy your soup.
It's never actually the alcohol talking, sir. I speak from
I am-
experience.
I am also watching him eat the soup to make sure that it's not like cursed or poisoned or anything.
Hey, the
This man
soup's great.
I gave this man soup because I wanted to make sure it was safe to eat. But he seems fine. So
Hey, soup's great. Fan-fucking-tastic. 10 out of 10.
What do we do with the drunken speaker? What do we do with the drunken
I'm glad you
speaker?
like
What
it.
do we do with this drunken speaker early
So
in
they're
the
stealing
morning?
from the drunken speaker. That's a good song. So we all from people who own businesses, and it seems to be local businesses.
Someone have a grudge against the town?
Maybe we should
They're
speak to
ghetto.
the other people.
Who's on the property line?
I mean, we're not the richest town around here, but we're not. Nobody's really out to get anybody.
Their hierarchy between the businesses and the folk who can't afford to shop at the business.
Most of the businesses around here have to cater to everyone to survive.
She knows what she's saying. Hey, these are businesses run by the people here. If they... We're not getting these big shots from Icewind Dale trying to run a local shop here. That's not how we run.
And when they do, they tend to leave pretty quickly when they
Also
realize
have
they can't
a
make a lot of
personal
money.
brand.
The hierarchy I was talking about is it's people, then the citizens and the shop folk, and then it's the guards, and then it's me. Think of me like a mayor.
You are officially my favorite mayor. You seem like a genuine person, which I like in a mayor.
Most of the 10 town speakers are, because we're elected positions. If you don't know how to talk to people, you're not gonna get the job.
I remember now why I like this place so much. All right, let's go speak to the
It's my
sisters.
village,
They're
everyone has a bear.
they're really nice people. I can't imagine anyone would have anything against them. So I'm gonna head that direction.
Unless there's a plot going on. These businesses
There might.
fired.
Do you want to come with us?
to
We
murder
have more
someone and
speed.
that person goes.
I'm gonna
Be
just
that done.
I'm just gonna stay here in my snow pile. I don't know how I got here, but it's quite comfy, and I'm gonna just eat the soup here.
All right, enjoy. We'll be back for the bowl and spoon.
Alrighty. Hey,
I was just like, oh, there goes the
Hey.
ball and spoon, and then you had to check
Hey.
to reckon that up.
if I don't see it, I'll drop it off at the Cinca.
Perfect.
And careful
Okay,
with
let's-
Corey.
You know her?
She's got her tongue's got an edge.
Oh, I like that in a woman. I mean, You know what? Let's keep going.
But I thought you liked me. That was out of character, by the way.
So I'm gonna walk into the inn with the ladies.
All right, inside.
Sebastian.
And Sebastian. I think Sebastian is an honorary one of the ladies.
To be fair, that's like in the other Discord with Joey and that Velka's just one of the boys.
One of the boys.
I exist. I just don't commune.
They still half the time they refuse to admit that I'm female.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Sebastian doesn't have gender. It gets in the way of his swordsmanship.
I had a straight up argument with Dementia over my gender once.
Any case, it's reeling us back in here. As you walk into the Northern Lights, you are greeted by a young human. Hi, welcome to the Northern Light. How can we help you today?
Remind me the man's name that we just talked to, because I forgot to write it down.
Trovis.
Bro.
Like Travis, but with an
Hi.
O.
Hi, we're helping Trovis investigate some thieving in the area, and I was wondering if you could lend us any insight.
Do
Ah,
you or do you not believe in ghosts?
the younger girl's gonna whisper to Celeste, I see she's the brains of the group.
Yes, very much so. This one thinks it's ghosts. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it.
People have said
Well-
things were moving on their own with nobody moving them. That means ghosts.
Well, there certainly has been a lot of break-ins and robberies, but no one's witnessed any culprits yet. The only clue that we got that attracts heading in the directions of Kelvin's Karnan. Or Kern, or however the hell that thing said.
Cairn. It's a cairn.
Karen. I've heard it pronounced 100 different ways, and everybody says they're wrong, so...
I mean, it's Dwarvish, and the Dwarvish root is Karis, so it's Cairn.
Normally out there is just a set of dwarves that might have gotten a little bit desperate since the everlasting winter came in, trying to take some food and ale, but that doesn't quite make sense as to why they're stealing signs and lamps.
And there's no one in this town that would buy those objects because they would know you.
Mm-hmm.
Faster. I mean, the signs I suppose they could use for firewood, but why wouldn't they just steal firewood? The lamps, maybe they one of their lamps died on them, but again, why wouldn't they just steal a lamp from a general store?
And it
Animals used for
And it doesn't quite make sense for a dwarf trying to steal, because Quiet Dwarf's kind of an oxymoron.
That is true. I've never met a quiet dwarf. Much less a sneaky dwarf. I'm sure they exist somewhere out there, but I've never met one.
It,
So...
during this talk, the door to the kitchen swings open, and a stern-looking woman enters holding a steaming bowl of soup, and sets it down on a table. No dwarf did this. Don't worry about him. Caught him. No, there's something else. Something more going on. Besides, what do hungry dwarves have for a lantern?
But
I can
Colt looking
sense
to
a joke
sacrifice some
coming.
goats to a fire would have use for a lantern. Maybe. It's a hunch.
They did... Wait, they stole goats?
They did steal goats.
honestly, a ritual sacrifice is not too far off. Especially if they're trying to curse the town.
I'm telling you.
Well,
Kelvin's can.
the lantern they stole from us doesn't produce any heat. It's just it's a light that changes colors.
Oh, sort of like that. And I point to Talia's horn, which is still tied, like wrapped up. Oh, Talia, darling, will you show them?
Sorry. Show them what?
The fire on your horn.
Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna, like, dip my head.
Hey, similar to that, except ours changes colors.
Can I change the color of mine at will, or does it just stay the same color?
I think yours just stays the same color.
Alright. Interesting. That must be a very useful enchantment.
Okay, yours just looks like a regular
lantern that-
flame.
Yes. A lantern that produces no heat but changes colors. A sign from a very well-known establishment. Some pearls from another. Maybe the pearls have significance. Did you notice any, like, interesting or strange people prior to the burglaries? Usually burglars will stake out a place for a couple of nights before they do it. Unless they're local.
Hey, nothing really comes to mind, but nobody's seen hide nor hair of anybody. It latest group that we've come through has been you lot.
Has to be
So
someone
no
local
movement.
then. Who's been here
It
for a
has
while.
to be either someone local or someone who used to be local, yes.
If you're in,
Well, thank you very much for the information, ladies. It's been
It-
very useful.
if you're thinking about trying to take them out, we don't got much we can offer to help except for some food and beds beds for your stay. Might even be able to throw in a few flagons of beer if you can bring our lantern back.
I mean, I'll take a couple flagons of beer for this one for payment. I'm just very interested into what's going on here at this point. Anyways, thank you very much, ladies. We're going to go to our next stop.
Alrighty. Well, if you ever need a place to stay, you know where to find us.
Oh yes, ma'am. I've stayed here before. It's very lovely. I like the accommodations. The beds are always very neat and clean.
We bid you
And what was that, Nessa?
I said, and we bid you adieu.
And we bid you adieu. Okay, we're going to the place where the pearls were stolen from next.
Alright. So you're heading back up to the
Talia.
Explorer's shop. Where, funny
Talia,
enough,
we've
your sled
heard-
is.
Yeah, Talia, we've heard your Nessa's idea of it being ghost. What do you think this might be?
I would more quickly believe it was someone with mage hand over ghost.
Though they
Very-
did cut the. Can I investigate? Can we look at the place? We should look at where the lantern was hanging before we leave. Because the last sign was cut off. I don't think Mage Hand could do that. But invisibility, someone with invisibility possibly could.
That would do it too. I feel like this is probably more likely someone with some sort of magic versus something paranormal.
I tend to agree with you. Now, Helly, I would like to ask you, do you think that Mage Hand could have done that?
Yeah.
Because
No.
from my estimation, it would take multiple people casting it, and it would take a lot of time.
Well, also, just thing to note, Mage Hand has a limit of, I think, 10 pounds.
It
It's
does,
5
yeah.
pounds, yeah.
5 pounds. They're carrying away bar signs.
Yeah.
It's
so
just I gotta throw that
completely-
out there real quick.
It's certain. I'm fairly certain it's someone with some sort of magic to go unseen. And
Like a
if we
rope.
look where,
A potion.
yeah, if we look where their lantern was it also cut free?
Yes.
Hmm.
I will also note that you see a faint pair of footprints that you did not see when you were first walking back from the adventurer's store.
Oh. Which are they also heading towards Kelvin's cairn?
They are.
I stop at the footprints and look at them and look in the direction and go, interesting. These footprints don't match the rest of the footprints on the road. Everyone else tend to be going in directions following the road, but this set just goes towards Kelvin's cairn, and not by the usual route. How far do these footprints lead? Do they kind of trail off after a few feet?
They're going for a while. They get a little bit harder to read just as the snow piles down and blows them over, but they're still there.
Let's make a note of this location and see if we can follow those footprints. Unless, Talia, you think we should follow them now. You're the expert in tracking things.
Is there
That's true.
anything else that we should look for in this area? If we follow them now, the track is less likely to go cold.
True, the wind won't blow the snow over.
Yes. I get the feeling we're going to get the same answers from the next two places we talk to. Basically telling us that there are footprints that lead away and no one saw it happen.
I say we should probably follow the tracks then.
Alright. I like this. Lead on. You know you're better at tracking than I am.
Kelly, how
And
old
I imagine
are these tracks?
Roll me nature. Ooh.
survival also could work, by the way.
I mean, that's still a 3 plus whatever bonus that would be.
Yeah.
It's still not good. You're unable to discern how old these tracks are. Would you still like to follow
Can I
them?
try?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the last thing that was stolen, Helly, if I remember correctly, is the sign. And
The
someone
sign and
stolen
the
it
lantern.
multiple times. Yeah, so those are the most recent, which means that these are probably the freshest tracks we're gonna find from this until someone steals something again.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna kind of look at Sebastian and look at her, Talia, and go. So what do you see?
No. I can't date them, but these are probably our freshest tracks.
Well, let's see if we can follow them. Let's grab the sled and start heading that direction. I get the feeling that the hunch of Kelvin's cairn is probably correct, because this is heading in the same direction. But you never know if someone might veer off course after a bit. There might be a cabin hidden somewhere out in the wastes.
It's a possibility.
Also, I would say that it's probably about noon at this point. In terms of day.
How long would it take us to get to Kelvin's cairn from here?
To get to Kelvin's cairn via dog sled. Give me 1 second here to do some quick maths. I would say an hour.
We could get to Kelvin's Cairn in an hour, so at the very least, the area between here and there, we could probably find whatever we're looking for pretty quickly. Now, following tracks might slow us down a bit, but I'm sure these wolves might be helpful, actually.
Of course the poppers are helpful. Look at them, mice. What's going on?
Sebastian, dear, do you think you could have these wolves track a scent for us, or at least look for one? Sebastian just looks at me.
If he could shrug, he would.
He can't even shrug.
He doesn't
I like to
understand the
imagine
concept of shrugging.
Yeah, I like the idea that he does shrug, but only because this is about his special interest. Like, for the first time ever, he communicates with us. Nah, he doesn't shrug yet. He hasn't gained his sentience yet. He's not alive enough.
All right.
I am going to have him have a animal handling check because he's friends with the doggos.
You want me to roll it, or are you rolling it for him?
I got it.
Dirty 20.
For
Dude, he's
Sebastian.
good with these dogs.
What was that, Val?
Talia?
So is that going to be the goal for Sebastian, for him to gain some sort of sentience?
Either
I
that or
imagine it's just gonna
perish.
happen. Yeah. Preferably he will perish right after he gains some form of sentience, and we've gotten very attached to him.
All
You can
right.
have him gain like some sort of proficiency in animal handling at some point.
So,
He has a +1 to it.
so on the dog sled, I'm assuming you guys are going to try following the tracks.
Yeah, and Sebastian's trying to have the wolves follow the tracks because the wolves will probably follow it better than us.
Okay. Let's make a group survival check.
I'm using the
Great,
Gate
I'm-
Gate Dice of the trade.
I'm so good at these. Actually, I have a +2, so I'm not bad. I'm gonna have Sebastian roll it too.
I have a +4 to him.
I got a 7. He got 2 12s. 3 12s and a 7.
Well,
Do the
also-
dogs help with
I was just rolling for the dogs, and the dogs got a 14.
Do they get advantage on this since
They
can
do.
use their
They rolled
spell
two
and their
12s.
dice? That's not bad.
Oh no.
So they got a 14 for that. Which, as a group, will be enough.
That's good. I am not helping. I'm trying, but I'm not helping.
What did you get, Dayway?
A 12.
Okay. So yeah, at about a quarter mile outside of town, you notice that the footprints of a much larger footprint appears before going into a sled track.
They
Okay.
escaped on a sled.
So
Oh my
something
gosh, is it the Yeti that stole the sled from the dwarves?
maybe
If
whatever this is, it has a sled and it's larger.
if you would like, you can attempt another survival check to determine what type of creature those tracks belong to.
That sounds
I'll
like a
have
good idea. Let's do that.
I'm gonna have Sebastian do it, even though he can't tell us anything, because I think it'd be funny if he knows.
He knows.
Oh, he knows. He knows exactly what this is. Question,
Oh, you
Helly.
said
Is his response
nature check,
drawing
you
a
said?
sword?
His response is drawing a sword with his ice pick. What was that, Dayway?
Okay, wait. What was the check again?
Survival.
Oh, another survival check. Okay. I got a 14.
You did not pass. Does anybody else wish to
Talia?
try?
I know nothing.
Talia's the last hope, because I'm not gonna get this.
That was the stealth, not survival. But with a 10,
Okay, Let me actually roll a survival check.
What?
for
You know
that.
what? You roll the survival with a 16. I will count that one. Because I'm being... Just because I'm going to be generous. You are able to tell that these footprints belong to an ogre.
Like,
And that these
maybe
tracks
that
are
layers
fair...
over.
And these tracks are
Nessa, we don't
fairly
know.
fresh.
Nessa, we don't
We're
know.
like spewing layers.
What was that, Dayway? What are you mumbling yourself
No,
about?
I was just making jokes. It's fine. Don't worry about me.
Does it have layers like an onion?
I was gonna say, is it an onion layers over, or is it a slur spewing ogre?
Hey, you know, you'll have to wait until you meet him.
Yeah. Talia, have you told us that it's an ogre?
Yeah.
Can I make a history or something check to see what I know about ogres?
Sure. Roll history.
23.
Okay. Let me pull up some information on ogres.
Yeah, just some general ideas of like ogres in this area and the history behind it and stuff. And kind of what they're known for.
Ogres aren't that common of a sight in Icewind Dale. They're rare, especially seeing one nowadays. They are definitely. You know that they're a very large creature that doesn't typically work with others.
Did the tracks turn into an ogre, or did it look like the ogre grabbed somebody?
The tracks went from the footprints that you were following to then kind of next to it being the ogre footprints and then sled track.
Whoa. So there's an ogre and someone working with an ogre, which is not common. Ogres usually don't work with each other, or anyone for that matter. And they have a sled. This is very weird.
You know, I'll give you an extra tidbit of information that you know about ogres for your 23. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Few ogres can count to 10, even with their fingers in front of them.
Yeah, they're very daft creatures. They give Sebastian a run for his money. No offense, Sebastian.
Oh Lord.
Sebastian holds up
Make me
all
feel
10
bad
of
for
his
the
fingers.
ogres now.
Sebastian holds up his fingers and like looks at me.
Oh, you make me feel bad for the damn ogre. He doesn't deserve to feel like that for his little illiterate fuck.
I feel like someone has tricked an ogre into helping them with something. Like, I feel like that's the most likely option here. Does the sled look like it was pulled by dogs or by an ogre?
Give me 1 second. The footprints do. There are footprints that are leading the sled that are deeper than the sledge trail.
Are they big footprints?
They are big. They are the ogre footprints.
So, okay. So someone has convinced an ogre to pull a sled for them. And is using that ogre to transport them after stealing things from Caer Konig. This is weird.
The trail does lead towards the mountain. It still is continuing towards Kelvin's.
Well, let's follow it, see where it leads. At least now we know we're dealing with an ogre.
All right. And with that, because we are a little bit over time right now, I think that will be a good time for us to end. And at the start of the next session, you guys will be attempting to follow these tracks to their end destination. How does that sound?
I like it.
So,
Sounds good.
thank you all for tuning in, as always, and we will see you all next time. Everybody,
Later.
have a good one.
Bye.